Welcome to Warmaster Podcast, episode 212 with Paul and Barry.
Hello, listeners. And what are we talking about today, Barry?
We're talking about the Derby Winter Warmer. It was called Warmaster Winter Warmer 2026, held in Derby on Saturday, 31st of January.
Indeed, the third time of running of this event. It one in summer, one in winter. So this is the second time they've done the winter one.
So there's a summer sizzler.
Yep.
There's a winter warmer.
Yep. Same event.
Same event.
Yeah, same event. And looks like they'll stick in the same venue now.
Yeah, because this was they had a late change of venue, and they went to somewhere called Broads and Swords.
Boards and swords.
Broads and Swords would be better.
Board and swords.
Broads with swords. Mm-hmm. So,
Boards and swords. Yeah,
and it was very nice.
Yeah, I know. I just really liked it. I like Derby where we were at, and lovely venue. Like
free parking.
Had some refreshments on site, and it was well lit, well spacious. Perfect.
Yeah, I mean, if I was being, and without giving too much of the event away, if I was being super picky,
yep,
I would say that it was a little bit challenging having no sitting down.
Yeah, fair enough. Mm-hmm.
I mean, it was okay for one day, but I wouldn't want to play 2 days.
Yeah.
Because there was like 2.5 hour games roughly.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And apart from a bit of seating downstairs, all the tables were kind of in a way that there was just no room to sit.
No, I mean, at one point I did have to negotiate with the person behind me about I'll stand here, you stand there, because we're backing into each other all the time.
So when you're building a gaming thing, you normally leave...
You need space.
You normally leave that kind of tables width of space between the tables, but this was like much less than maybe half a table.
Yeah, half of that, it's fine. But it's okay.
Yeah, I'm just saying that if you were playing in an event...
Yeah.
And you had, because we're getting on, some of us more than others, and you were in any way like compromised with your physical firmness.
Yes.
I don't know what, I don't know how else to put it.
Physical firmness.
Physical ability. You are going to have to stand up for the complete 3-game experience.
Yeah. Okay.
Unless you can find a wall to lean against or a window ledge to lie on, you're stood up.
You stood up.
Which wasn't a big deal for me because, I mean, I don't stand up that often, so I can do it. You know what I mean? I'm not like a policeman who on the beat who's on his feet all day long.
Right, okay.
But then they wouldn't give a shit anyway. So that was my only minor gripe, and that was literally it.
I suppose, how would you fix it? High stools?
Can't do it because of the way they've designed the games.
I suppose there's enough
room. There wasn't room for a stool.
Room for high stools, yeah.
There wasn't room for anything.
Yeah.
Shooting sticks, if you know what those are, just like a cane that flips
Brilliant.
out at the end and you can just rest back on.
Okay, fair enough.
Anyway, let's get sort of sidetracked with that.
Yep.
We went up on Saturday.
Yep.
We'll talk about the event straight away. We went up on Saturday morning, early doors.
Early doors.
Got there before the shop opened.
Yeah.
Because Paul wanted to recce it. As in true winter fashion.
No time spent in recce is ever wasted.
Apart from this time. Because then we decided, now we need to get breakfast. Now we've recce'd it.
Yeah.
And the getting breakfast took a little bit of a job because it sent us into the middle of town and we had to park up and go to McDonald's and come back. And by the time we got back, people were panicking because it was past nearly.
Yeah.
And we hadn't arrived with the scenery.
But we told to be there at past.
Well, I think that was non-scenery bringing...
for other
players,
people. Well, he should have been clearer then, shouldn't he?
Well,
never mind.
Definitely. Well, if there is a learn for anybody, it's if you want Paul to do something, be specific about what you want him to do. If you want him to be there at 8:45, which we were, sat outside, then say that and we'll be there. So we brought the terrain, everything got set up.
Yeah.
So the 3 event organisers were Andy Dunn, Tom Webster Deakin, who's got a YouTube channel if you're interested. I've seen some bits and bobs from him, doing like battle reports similar to Ian. And he was around with his camera. And Alan Crooks, who seemed to be the tech guy.
Yeah, that's right.
So he was the guy with the spreadsheet, nicely colour-coded.
Yeah.
Doing all that kind of good works. And I think Tom might have been the spur player, and Alan and Andy were the fluffers.
The fluffers, yep, that's right.
Just going around keeping everything sweet and polished.
Sweet and polished.
Good for them. It's nice to have fluffers.
Yeah,
oh,
totally.
The tribe has always had a fluffer. I know you don't believe in fluffing, sir. Fluff yourself. I'm playing.
Fluff yourself. Exactly.
I'm playing with an invented list of my own that I'm winning with. So.
And I asked the TO.
The TO said, yes, you can, Paul.
Yes, you can. Exactly.
Bring what you want, Paul.
Yeah.
Registration 9:30 to 9:45. Introduction 9:45 till 10. And then we played game 1. Do you want to talk about your list, and I'll talk about my list?
I can talk about my list, because we haven't done that on this episode. So I was taking Skaven, and so I've now evolved my Skaven from the lists that I've run at an event that was like the original, like, okay, this is the list I've chosen, which is something of everything. So I've evolved, I don't know, this was like, okay, how else can I play Skaven? And this is what I've come up with. So it's full-on disruption. Unlike me, I've maxed a few options and ignored a few options.
It's very min-max, very un-Paul.
Very un-Paul, yeah, very totally. Un-Paul. But I didn't copy it from anybody because I don't see anyone ever playing Skaven. And the idea is that I will cause a lot of disruption to my opponent, and that will be, that I'll be keeping away, basically, keeping the other army away and take the win that way. So I have gone for 4 Clan Rats, 4 Storm Vermin, 4 Giselles, which is a max on the Giselles, 4 Rat Swarms, which is the minimum, 4 Gutter Runners, which is a maximum, 2 Rat Ogres, 2 Waterline Cannons, a Doom Wheel, a Screaming Bell, a Gracie with my lovely Crown of Command, which I do love, 2 Heroes, 1 as a Rat Ogre bodyguard, and 2 Warlocks. So the plan is I'm going to really use the Gutter Runners. So with a Crown of Command, it gives you an unmodified 10 on that first order, whatever you're doing. I use that to bring a unit of Gutter Runners in a turn. And the placement of the Gutter Runners, having played it a lot, this game, is like, I need to place them anywhere where the opponent, they're doing something to the opponent, whether shooting them or disrupting them, like enemy near, and it will take 2 orders for the opponent to do something about them. If I can get that, that's a good placement for a Gutter Runners. Obviously, it's scenery heavy because I'm going to need dense terrain to set them up in. I might not be able to control that, but I've always got table sides as well, and I am assuming that once I have got the Gutter Runners up, they're probably never going to get an order again because my Skaven characters only have command range 20. So I'm sticking them out somewhere on a limb to either then initiative charge or even initiative evade. And I did do that a few times over the 3 games. Initiative evaded Gutter Runners to keep them annoying but keep them alive.
Yeah, because they are still worth a break.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And then couple that with a gun line of like 4 Giselles and my warp lining cannons, plus my Screaming Bell, which if I can catch their characters will give them a -1 to command. So I'm shooting a lot. I'm hopefully causing confusion that way if the army suffers from confusion. And I'm putting out 2 sources of negative command. Gutter Runners for enemy near and Screaming Bell for under their characters.
So
that's my plan.
Yeah, I mean, and that is... Apart from the fact that it might not be that great when you're working against objectives that are spread out.
Exactly. I do tend... I tended to set the army up essentially in 3 big brigades.
Right.
I had the brigade that had the artillery, and I put the warp lining. That was centre, tended to be. And the Screaming Bell was behind it. Then lots of troops around. I have a brigade of shooting, which has... 2 Giselles primarily and backed up with Clan Rats and then a few other units because of Skaven you can make it more than 4. And then I actually found that I was putting my combat brigade, which was all my Storm Vermin, 4 Storm Vermin and 2 Rat Ogres, just there, and that's my counter-attack piece. Or when I need to now take the ground, I need to go forward with combat. That's the best I've got.
Okay, so what is interesting is you've got a lot of shooting.
Yes, as much as Skaveners can get. Yeah.
So, like, you've got 12 from the cannons. You've got another 12 from the Giselles,
which are armor piercing.
And with armor piercing, you've got 3 wizards.
The Gutter Runners can shoot.
Gutter Runners can shoot, but short range.
Yep.
So what you're doing is mostly causing confusion.
Yeah.
But sometimes taking a stand.
Yeah.
And when you add,
go on.
When you add taking a stand to also having the bell,
yep,
and having the Gutter Runners behind, you're now punishing people's command quite a lot.
Oh yeah,
really pushing them.
Yeah, like it's making those easy 8 orders of heroes down to 7 or 6s.
Yeah, and so in that position, the best in the world, say High Elves, you're looking at if you get your general court, if everything's intact, you're looking at an 8.
Yeah.
Could even be a 7, and that's your general.
Yeah.
And the other stuff, they're all start 8s, could be down 6s, 5s.
Yeah.
And that, you're talking about fucking first orders.
Yeah, totally. I mean, it's as in, it's not obviously it's not going to be like, I think, unbeatable. Like I was saying, like I was like, well, I need good matchups. I need armies that I can affect. I need scenery and is it? What would it do against the?
Well, we'll talk about the games.
Yeah, we'll talk about the games. But it's like, in, I've not created something that I think is unbeatable.
No,
like not at all. As in, I could beat this. Yeah.
I took my stock demon list, which is kind of the reason I made demons, because some people might not be aware that I actually did kind of go through the process of getting a demon army together, because there wasn't really one back in the day before the old 3D printing revolution. It's very skewed to Horde, as it would be. Because, I mean, demons, well, if demons aren't anything, if they're anything, they're Demon Horde.
Yes.
What are they if not Demon Horde?
It's true.
A demon army.
Yeah, it's true. Mm-hmm.
So you got 12 Demon Horde, which is that is a lot. 3 brigades of 4 units all in column.
Yep.
So unless you're facing cannons, it's really kind of meaty meatball. 2 cavalry, 2 hounds, 2 chariots. That's just for a bit of variety. None of them are really the profile that I'd choose.
Yep.
If I was being a gamey bastard, all of them have got like strengths.
Yep.
Like chariots are obviously the best profile of those, but they have the biggest restrictions.
That's true. Yep.
The hounds are basically Marauder Cav, and as good as Marauder Cav are, nobody really wants to take them. You take them because you have to take them.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
And if Boar Boys are the top tier ones, so you've got effectively Boar Boys, but they're 110, and as good as they are, you'd still take knights over them.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Whether you're charging or being charged, because stuff lives and dies generally on its armour.
Yep.
In this game, and I know that's a different conversation, but I do find that a lot. It just shouldn't be the case that the difference between 4-up and 5-up armour is so much, but it really is.
It's just the nature of dice and the because there's very few modifiers to armour in the game.
Yeah.
So it is. I think it's just the nature of a D6 system. I think really, like is in if we were a D8 system or something, we'd have more increments of change.
No, maybe it was always the thing about your Space Marines were so good because they had 3-up armour.
Yeah. Which is better
and that's what made them good.
Yeah, that's what made them good.
Yeah. So this is 4-up armour tends to be as good as you're going to get, and it does make a big difference. I find. And then we got 1 flyers. We've got a demon overlord who's upgraded to a wizard, and he brings a dispel scroll. We've got 1 demon lord hero, completely naked. He's there just to bring a bit of command that's more than 20 centimeters, because the other 2 characters are wizards. They're there to. If you've listened to our recent podcast, you'll know why the wizards are there to kind of control stuff.
Yep.
Because the Nippons share these wizards and stop people breaking due to the instability rules. So the hero is there to kind of lead cavalry or something, because the wizards can't really do a very good cavalry charge, and the heroes can.
No.
The heroes can a bit better. And then you've obviously got... So it's break 10. I've got 19 units. It's a good list.
Oh, it's just that my break's 13. Not because of design, just by... that is an auspicious number. But it should be break 13.
There were lots of 13s came up.
Yes.
and that's the way it should be. Yeah. So that was my list. We went into round 1, and it was completely Swiss.
Yep.
So no grudge matches, no nothing. Who did you get down round 1? What was the scenario?
I got a fella called Richard Campbell, who is one of the Scots
that we went out in the evening with.
We went out in the evening with. Yes, indeed. Very, very nice guy. Yeah, like
So ex-military and ex-police.
That's right. Yeah. He's done it all.
Done it all. Got the badge.
Yeah.
Police, firearms, everything, all of it.
And so I've just pulled up the photo of his army here. Yep, cool. He had a Breakpoint 7 Chaos army. I guess it would be. I guess you would call it a typical Chaos army.
It's heavy metal.
Nothing like. I haven't got his list to hand, but there was I can see it on the pictures, but there was nothing that stood out to me as being that's different.
Did he lean into Chaos Warriors, or did he lean into Knights?
He had 3 units of Chaos Knights.
3 Knights, 4
2
Warriors.
Chariots, I can see, Harpies, the infantry, a general and 2 wizards, one of the wizards, or was it both of them? Yeah, one of them wizards on a dragon. He did have a hero as well, and a spawn.
Spawn, nice.
So, but it was only Breakpoint 7.
That's what you're going to end up with playing Chaos.
But the table did favour me. Like, it was lots of scenery spaced out, and I'd chosen the table side because I also had a good scouting value with this army of 12 from the gutter runners that I didn't even need to set up. So that was like totally brilliant. But yeah, I gave him a side of the table that had. I remember here 3 different options for me to put gutter runners into, which he was going to come forward. The scenario was
Was this the pitch? No, that was the second one.
That was the second one. What was the scenario? It was.
So the scenario was number 6 drawn and quartered.
So what this essentially meant is that at the end of the game, you've got 4 table quarters to control, and there's a central null zone of
40 centimeters.
Yeah, it just meant that if you're going to win this, you're going to have beaten the opponent by breaking them. They'll have less stuff than you, and you probably will have more of the table quarters than them anyway.
Yeah.
So I didn't pay attention to the scenario until the last, when it was coming close to break, and then I started I actually did set up a gutter runner unit, to be honest, to hold a zone, that kind of thing.
So it does count when it breaks. So that's generally when it comes in, because that's when the game ends. But if the game ended on time,
yes,
you would still score these.
Yes, yeah.
So this is a good thing about this system. It had you didn't have to break to get a result.
So this whole system had a 20-0 system of scoring, and to be honest, I preferred it.
So to be honest, we're nicking it.
Yeah,
I'm nicking it.
Yeah, I was like, I've
fiddle with it. But
I've used them in Warhammer events, and I was like, it just gives more increments of victory.
Yes.
And I was just like, 20-0 is what you want.
It's so cool that you can go from 20-0 to 10-10 draw, and then everything in between.
Else in between, yeah. So anyway, mine and Richard Games played, and this was an army I could just inflict on. Like, he got no random 3 orders off in one turn or anything. So I had time. And he put his army coming forward. I put my gutter runners into. I started giving him -1 to command almost straight away and I had woods that my gutter runners could hide in and do that. And he. I was making him roll difficult odds, but he never spiked anything. I don't recall as anything as he rolled really above average on orders. So I really slowed down his army and started taking it apart at piecemeal, really. And at one point he did get 2 units of Chaos Knights to come into most of my army by themselves. And they did a lot of damage. They did damage, but they actually lost their first combat because I had so much numbers, which I guess I shouldn't have done statistically. But I just enveloped him, And I found that with Skaven, as if you send even 2 of the best cavalry units in the game against my whole army, I'm going to win. You can't. You'll do stuff, but I'll eventually do something back, and I'll have such numbers that I'll just be round your flanks and I'll envelop you.
So the only way you can go into a massive front like that is everything goes in.
Yeah, it's the massive.
Otherwise, you're giving yourself away.
We did, as a little side point, we did get asked to record short video cameras of situations, and that would be a perfect one to do. As in, here's this situation. What do you think's to do? I'm going to lead with my cavalry. Well, this is what happens. Actually, it's better to attack this mass frontage.
The point is, can you attack?
Yes,
and get out?
Yeah, okay, yeah. So
can you do 2 rounds of combat and get out?
A series of short video where we're discussing tactics.
I'm just talking to you now, right? Yeah. So you've engaged a massive line to the front.
Yeah.
And you're going to go in and you're going to smash the living shit out of the stuff in your front. Right, so maybe you because you're probably in column.
Yeah.
So maybe you destroy a unit. Maybe you destroy 2 units. Yeah. Maybe you damage 4 units. I don't know. You're going to do some damage and hopefully take nothing back in return.
Yep.
But then you've got to retreat. How far can you retreat?
Best of 3 dice, isn't it?
Yeah. It's not 20.
No.
So there's going to be, unless you're really, really lucky, there's going to be stuff in the initiative range.
Yeah, exactly.
And if the line's big enough, you're just going to get swallowed up.
Yeah. He had made a mistake in his deployment. He'd left his spawn not attached to something. That gave it a -1 to command anyway. If it's not attached to something, he had made a mistake in deployment. I won this game 15-5, which is the result. I paid attention to the scenario at the end. I think I got 3 of the quarters at the end of the game. I got 3 of the quarters at the end of the game because I had the troops left to do it. And my Crown of Command never got broken. So yeah, it just played. This was the perfect matchup, really, actually, for me, because I could inflict my game plan on him, and he couldn't do much about it, and wasn't lucky to get out of it. If you follow, yeah. So I inflicted my will on him.
Okay, right. So my first game was against Darren, who's one of the Worcester Massive.
Yep.
Came down with Ian, and so obviously you don't know what you're playing. You turn up, you sit down at the table. Darren has Witch Hunters. A couple of things I know about Witch Hunters. 1, they're not a real faction. They're just a theme list.
They're theme lists.
But unfortunately, 2, the theme list is pretty good against demons.
It's what it's for.
It is.
Yeah, suffer not that demon to live.
The job of a Witch Hunter player is to moan about the fact they never face demons.
And now they do.
Never face chaos, never face undead.
Yep.
Skaven, they're demons too.
Yes, they're creatures of chaos.
I give
mutants.
That.
Yeah.
Beastmen.
Yep, mutants.
Chaos dwarves. Don't know.
Well,
it says in the name.
Says it, mutants.
So, and he had leaned super heavy.
So he got a real
super heavy. So he'd gone 16 units of zealots.
Oof.
Each of those get bonus attacks against demons. 8 units of flagellants. Gulp. 4 witch hounds, boosting the flagellants to allow them to pursue stuff and have more wounds. 1 unit of knights. 2 units of pistoliers. One of the units of pistoliers had a standard of shielding to make it kind of a shooty knight unit.
Yep.
A general. There was some cheap swords chucked in that don't really matter. 2 heroes, 2 warrior priests, Ring of Magic, Scroll of Dispelling. Ring of Magic's for the movement spell, Scroll of Dispelling, because why wouldn't you?
Why wouldn't you? Yeah.
Yeah, so we're playing a scenario that doesn't really encourage you to do very much early on.
No, it's going to only matter at the end.
Right, so he deploys kind of wide, because he's got quite a lot of stuff. I mean, he breaks 14, he's got 27 units.
Yep.
I deploy kind of narrowish, but on both flanks, and then just refuse a flank.
Yeah.
So I pull everything from my left flank to my right flank. So I've got maybe a brigade of infantry and all my cavalry, and I've just pulled them completely across. So now I've decided to just fight on a single flank.
Yep.
And on that flank, he had most of his infantry.
Which he can't control. Yeah.
So there was a hill.
Yeah.
I go and set up my infantry on a hill.
Yeah, you like that.
Wait for him to get within range of the hill.
Yeah.
Off he goes.
He's
no
not got.
choice.
Has he got any missile weapons, missile troops?
I don't think so.
So yeah,
Pistoliers?
So you're not going to run out of time. You're not going to. There's nothing to do else in the scenario. You haven't got any missile troops. He doesn't have any missile troops. You've taken a defended position. I suppose you are asking him to come fight you, because if he chooses not to, you've got no game, I suppose.
Yeah, but the alternative, right? So he's in he's got Hobson's choice or whatever they call it. So he either charges me on a hill, or he waits for me to charge him.
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
Either way, it's bad news, because my guys are 5 dice on the charge.
Yes, that's true. Yeah.
Per stand.
Yeah.
And his guys, if they charge me on a hill or at their base, they get their extra 1 for fighting demons, because that doesn't matter. But they're hitting on 5.
They're hitting on 5, yeah.
And I'm defended.
Yeah, and you've got armour. Yeah, it's armour as well.
And they don't have armour.
Yeah, it's not good for them. It's just not. So they lose.
So really, really early on, those 8 units just got deleted.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Including the hounds and everything. Because there's nothing they can know where they can go.
They get smashed. Yeah.
And then I tried to do a similar thing with my cavalry, and it doesn't work.
What was his break? Did you say
14?
14, right?
That's a lot.
Yeah, it is a lot. Yeah.
No, it really is a lot.
It really is a lot. Yeah.
Especially so I've got 8, turn 1 or 2.
Yeah.
8 are gone. But I've still got to get another 6. Another thing he'd done, I did discuss this with him after game, obviously. He'd only brought a general and 2 heroes and 2 priests.
Yes. Okay. So 5 characters. Yeah.
But 2 of those are 7s.
Yes, they are. Yeah.
And so you got 9, 2 8s, 2 7s. And I think I managed to catch some of the stuff he'd put with the infantry, because they had nowhere to go, because his army was really spread out.
Yeah.
I think the first order he managed to blunder and give a -1 to a unit in a brigade, and that brigade really struggled.
Yeah.
He was trying to order it with a wizard with a -1.
No, well, you might just have to cut that unit away.
I've done it again. That's twice I've hit the mic. I think it would have been probably better to just jettison that one unit.
That unit. It's
and
too
then
much.
push on.
Yeah.
He tried to bring the unit with him, and that's just slowed everything down.
Yeah.
I pulled him out of defended again because I thought I can't. He was in a field, and I could have put some of my cavalry in, but not the chariots. Mm-hmm. So I thought I'll pull him out of the defended. So I pulled his zealots out. It's only 4 units of zealots or something against my cavalry and chariots, and he won, the bastard.
Yeah.
Because they do hit really hard. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And my guys got dinged up. And then the instability started happening with the confusion and the losing stands and all that good stuff. Yeah. And then we ran out of time because I think they
so that your game ran out of time.
Yes, because I think the first round they went quite quick on.
I guess so. They started my game was quite fast, I suppose, so I didn't notice it.
I think they tried to finish around 12-ish, so it was like a 2-hour game.
So what was your result?
Well, this is the lucky thing of playing demons. Mm-hmm. I had my home quarter.
Yep.
And I had his away quarter. So I think that was 400 points for those two. And he had his home quarter on this side, and he had my away quarter. But in my last turn, I managed to turn stands that were the single stands, like half points scoring against me. And when there were a couple of quick raises, they became scoring for me.
Cheeky.
It literally was. He was winning. I raised two spells later. My guys have won. Because I've got more points. He's only got zealots, and I've got cavalry.
Yeah, of course. And
chariots.
Yeah. So what result on that 20?
It was 15-5.
15-5, same. Yeah,
same.
Cool.
But without any break or any.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And it was one of those games that when you looked at the matchup on paper, you think, well, he's got the tools.
If
anyone's got the tools,
he must have.
He's getting a load of free shit.
Yeah, he's got all his buffs he hasn't got. Yeah, buffs he hasn't paid for.
Yeah, buffs he hasn't paid for.
Yeah.
But it was just a case of like knowing what the weakness of the army was, and that is the fact he can't control where the fight's going to happen, and making him fight on your terms in your. Because he can't, unless the only way to do it, and I don't even think this should be allowed in game, but it is. It's like walk them backwards.
Oh no, I could never do that.
But you could kind of do it by you could put stuff like.
I mean,
in front of
I can understand stuff in front.
Put handgunners in front of them, or something in front of them.
I couldn't do what you're. I would put stuff in front, but I couldn't do what you're saying. I just couldn't.
If you chose to not bring anything to shield them with, the only tactic is to put your front rank facing backwards, and that blocks line of sight to everything.
That's too gamey for me. I couldn't. I
couldn't do it.
Yeah, even
I couldn't do it. Unless I was playing in the final against Janners, and I had to do it. Then I'd do it. But that's what you have to do, isn't it? I guess. Because how else are you going to stop them going off? Because it's not one.
You have to stop them seeing.
Once one goes, they're all fucking going to go.
They're never going to come back.
And they're never coming back. Never coming back.
They actually can't come back. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
There was an interesting... if you can't pursue and you're told to pursue, then what happens? You can't pursue.
Because you can't pursue.
Yeah. So
the negative should outweigh the positive.
Yeah. So they had to pursue the cavalry.
Yeah.
But they couldn't pursue the cavalry.
So they can't do it. They just fall back.
So 3d6.
Yeah, 3d6 fall back. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's an obvious. That's what you got that ruling right.
I would have thought so. Because one of those things. Yeah. Anyway, so it was a good game.
First round's finished.
Good game. Yeah, but Darren pushed his command too much, and he wasn't gamey enough to face stuff backwards.
Yeah. Well, fair play to him. Well done.
But it cost him the game.
But well done him. So we both finished 15-5 first round. Excellent. So lunch was ordered in pizza.
Oh, that was nice.
That was nice. Fine. Domino's. Fine. Little miniature signature pizzas eats.
Yeah, they brought them.
Fine. It was on time. Yeah.
Yeah, it was. I mean, what do you want?
Part of the ticket was that you would get the lunch, and they took the orders, and they did it. And I was like, well, perfect. Do that again.
Do that again.
Yeah.
Then after lunch, it was game 2.
Game 2. Yeah.
Which was
this was Pitch Battle. This was Pitch Battle, the one I'd written with
Dawn
Sight
thing.
Dawn coming in first. Yeah.
What's it called? Battle at Dawn.
Battle at Dawn. Yeah.
From Winterroller.
With
a different scoring system.
And
a better scoring system.
Well, yes, yeah.
I mean, it is what it is, sir.
I mean, like
everything else has been nicked. You can nick it back.
Yeah, it's fine. I put my stuff out there to be nicked.
So this one is Paul's Battle at Dawn, but with a 20 ogre system.
Yeah, so you start off with a limited sight of 20. That does mean you can do stuff that you don't need line of sight to.
Yes.
You can do that. Because you can't...
Like shoot indirectly.
Or spells. Some spells don't require line of sight. But then from the second player's second turn, there's a 50% chance that Dawn's gone in its regular game, and then that increases incrementally. So on average, you do have dropped the sight by turn 3, really.
No, well, maybe not. Not guaranteed. But I think, does it go away at the end of turn 4?
Yeah, I think it's. I mean, it's never had.
Well, I've had it last that long. Because one thing people don't realise is they think about the line of sight is going to stop me shooting. It stops you fucking charging. Forget shooting.
Yeah.
Because cavalry charge 30.
You can't see, yeah.
Well, flyers charge 60.
Yeah.
And so you're charging with cavalry if you can charge.
Yeah.
And you're within enemy near.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Because you have to be able to fucking see. I mean, this really does slow down the games to some degree, and it really does make the game feel a bit different. I will have a look at what the actual scenario says. It says...
While you do that, I'm just looking up my opponent's name.
Okay, so at the end of the second player's second turn, roll a d6. If the result is 4, 5, or 6, the mist dissipates and has no further effect. If the mist does not dissipate at the end of the second player's third turn, roll d6. It goes on a 3, 4, 5, and 6. If the result is a 1 or 2, the mist instead dissipates at the end of the second player's fourth turn. Yes, that's what I thought. So the worst case scenario, you've got to deal with it for 4 turns.
Yep. So and I don't recall that ever really happening. I'm sure it does happen, but like it's. Yeah.
I think it went quite a long time in my game. It definitely went at least 3, and it could have been 4.
Got the overall results as well here, Barry, for when we need it. Okay, so my round 2 was against. Where is he? There he is. A guy called Neil Slay was using Tomb Kings, the only Tomb King player of the day. And
he had a very interesting list because he sat next to me.
Yeah, it was different. Like he'd taken no chariots, so he had a list where had something. It had a typical Tomb Kings list I would have described it as, but it had no chariots. And it had the full collection of characters. It did have a Sphinx in there. It had a lot of infantry, a lot of troops, but 2 bone throwers, no skull chuckers. No, so the long 60 range stone thrower thing units, not the bolt throwers. No bolt throwers, and it didn't have the chariots. And I did think
so no way at all of defending his brigade without putting like skeleton bowmen or something next to it.
Yeah, so his brigades were led by bowmen. Right. I remarked on that, and I was like, oh, that's different. And he said he said it's because tournaments are using a lot of scenery and chariots can't go interact with them.
It's absolutely true.
And I was like, yeah. And if that was our original point of, not that we didn't want to ever see chariots, but facing a massive chariots with no scenery was an old problem of an old meta, let's call it.
Yeah, it was, and that's why even though demons have access to chariots, I only take 2 of my 6 as chariots. Because they're limited, and then I take 2 ball boys, 2 knights, or whatever, not knights, marauders.
Yeah. So that was the situation. So I played it, and I was like, oh, okay, this is a bit different. And I was like, but then I was like thinking it over of what the Tomb Kings are, and I was like, this is a terrible matchup for me because he's got no confusion. He doesn't care about enemy near. My thing of inflicting my game plan, the Screaming Bell will affect him, but the other stuff won't. And shooting tends to disrupt and cause confusion more than destroy stuff. So I'm like, and he's got a lot of numbers. His breakpoint wasn't as high as mine, but I think it was 11 or 12. And I was just like, well, and he'll raise units.
So it's that really would be the killer.
And I was like, this is a problem. My missile troops aren't the right choice here. And again, this table had a good amount of scenery. So early on, I'd seen a move where he'd, next to a wood in his deployment zone, he'd put in harpies, skeleton cavalry, of which he had quite a bit, and to the 2 bone throwers, range 60, artillery pieces.
Skull chuckers.
And I thought, oh, that's a perfect place for the gutter runners to go because the carrion can't go in the woods, the cavalry can't go in the woods, and those skull chuckers are close to the wood. So I popped them up there. And I was like, and they fired out. I need to have got all 3 hits to do something, but I was like, oh, and then I can charge initiative something, and he just moved everything away. I was like, oh, I was like, oh, can't you come back? No. It's like, no. He just literally got 3 orders off on like the skull chuckers. He just moved them away, and I was like, out of initiative range. And I'm like, bye. Yeah. I was like, oh, well, this is a flaw. Because another army would have had penalties to command, which might have stopped them moving.
Well, certainly moving 3 different things.
Yeah. So that happened, and I was like, and in my turn 2, I broke my Crown of Command.
Excellent.
So I'd gotten 2. I actually got a unit of gutter runners up by an actual natural fluky order, which was unlikely. But so I was like, right, I've broken my Crown of Command. That's 70 points out. I've got 2 units of gutter runners still not deployed. They're 60 points each, and I probably won't be able to get them on the game anymore. And they're out. So I'm playing this game now 60, 120, 190 points down. I'm like, okay, we're up against it. What are we going to do? And I had to play my army in a way it's not meant to design to be played. I was charging with Giselles. I was just like, I had to be aggressive with my infantry. Because without the chariots there charging at me, his stuff just didn't have any quality.
Yes, exactly. You were the quality.
Yeah, I was the quality, and my stuff isn't quality. And so I just had to play. It was interesting because I've said this before. In War Master, your army brings a toolbox of choices, and you're asking a question to the opponent, and so in this game, I've asked a question to Neil, and he's answered it just by turning up, being like, "Yeah, that won't affect me," and I'm like, damn. I'm like, well, now I've got to play differently. And I really thought, as in I was deep in thought. I was using all my experience of War Master here. I was like, right, I've got to get something out of this situation. And I took my chances where they were. I tried to concentrate shooting when it was happening, so it would actually do something. And came at him, was played aggressively at him. Because the scenario, our Dawn soon lifted, so that didn't matter. I managed to get some infantry onto his skull chuckers, and that's what took them out. But I was really playing right on feel rather than design, I would have said, like a pilot flying by not by instruments. Yeah, I'm just like, right, just by feel. Yeah. Anyway, when it came down to it, when it was all said and done, we did finish the game. And I'd broken him, and I'd won 13-7. Right. So, and I was just like, wow, that was a good test of my list because it couldn't do what it was supposed to do. Like, that is not the matchup I wanted. Because it just, as for the reasons I've just said. And so I was quite impressed with myself afterwards that I managed to get that win.
Did he get any raised deads off? Because that's the key.
2 or 3 out. Yeah.
I mean, you're shooting against raised dead. It's like shoot them away.
Yeah.
Shoot.
Yeah. Exactly. Like there was a point where his Sphinx got engaged and got into the fight, and I just couldn't deal with it. I was like, let's go for its stats. Terror, 3+ armor save. No, can't deal with that. So I just ignored it. I just never attacked it again because I was like, right, I cannot deal with this thing. I can't beat it. Okay. And I have to go after other stuff. And I did have to at times. I had to nuke. When I had to fight his risen units, I just tried to do them in such an overwhelming way that they don't do much back to me because I'm wasting resources doing this. So yeah, I think that I got that win as a sign of experience play because I was like, I really had to switch up what I was doing and okay, I've got to put my defenders into attacking positions now because I've got no choice. Yeah.
Okay. So my game 2 was against Theo, who's the he comes down with John from Cromarty Forge Land.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And he was playing vampire counts, another hard as nails army. And he had 4 skeletons, 4 zombies there, the mins, only 2 Graveguard. And I did talk to him about the fact that I lean quite heavily into Graveguard. He had 2 Ethereal Host, which I don't rate at all, but I know people who like something of everything tend to bring it Ethereal Host. 6 Black Knights, 2 Direwolves, 1 Felbat, Vampire Lord, Ring of Magic, 3 vampires, because you'd really suffer late game when stuff got dinged up to order stuff. 2 Black Coaches, Sword of Fate, Sword of Might, 2 Necromancers, Scroll of Dispelling, Wand of Power. So you've got Ring of Magic, Wand of Power, Scroll of Dispelling. We're going to try and maximise Raised Dead, and you've got Van Hells and all that good stuff. This matchup, the kind of whatever it's called, the Battle at Dawn, did mean that his Black Knights couldn't get long charges off.
That's true. Yep.
Because even though
that last charge is going to have to be at 20 centimetres.
And he was trying to do it with a hero. So first order 8, second order at best 6. Yep. Because you got.
But I have distance. You won't have enemy near.
Oh, you don't have enemy.
It could have been 7.
It could have been 7. But he didn't manage to get it off. He had his army in The infantry were in brigades, as you'd expect, like normal blocks of 4. He had his Black Knights, a brigade of 4 on my far right flank, and then 2 with 2 dogs in the middle. And unfortunately, all game long, he couldn't get into my army with his 4 Black Knights on my right flank, because he left them with a hero, and the hero just kept failing.
Just kept messing it up. Yeah.
So he might get one order off, and then fail the second one, and then I'd move back into terrain.
He can't use initiative, he hasn't got it.
Can't use initiative because he hasn't got it. I'd set myself up on initiative in terrain, so he couldn't come at me. And then he'd have to back off if he made him on one order or whatever. So we only played 4 or 5 turns, and he didn't do anything at all with this brigade.
Wow.
So this brigade was 440 plus the heroes, say 80.
So a quarter of his army.
A quarter of his army and the punch.
Yeah.
A quarter of his, and the punch, because the hero package is quite expensive for vampires. That's another quarter of your army.
Yeah.
So he's probably fighting with he was fighting with 2 Black Knights, two of the dogs,
direwolves,
and then a load of shit infantry apart from the Grave Guard. Zombies, fuck them. Skeletons, fuck them.
There's not much difference.
Ethereal Host, I mean, fuck them. You just charge into them, they're fucking rubbish.
Yeah, I suppose.
They got 4 attacks, no fucking armour.
Well, they got terror, don't they? I think they're good at they always hit on 4s, don't they? It's like a rule for they don't suffer defended, do they? Yeah, okay, go on.
Swords to the face.
Yeah, swords to the face. How about that? Boo. Boo that ghost.
Yeah. So this game, he did manage to catch some of my. I think he got my dogs with his Black Knights, but then he couldn't get his Black Knights safe.
Yep.
So even though he got those 2, I managed then to kind of, and there was a lot. We had this fucking weird table with there was terrain everywhere, and it was all impassable.
Oh, yeah.
Apart from 4 small bits,
Yeah.
which were broken, and the chariots couldn't go in.
Yeah.
But the infantry could go in. So my infantry were kind of hiding in there.
Yeah.
Because that was the best terrain they had. There was no hills, no forests, no fucking buildings, nothing. all there was these broken fields or whatever they are, broken ground.
Yep.
So we managed to push his knights into like impassable terrain.
Yep.
So they just get deaded.
If it's combat,
It's combat. I've got no shooting. So
of course. They're deaded. Yeah.
They're deaded. We got his dogs, and then we stuck our infantry, which is quality, like columns of demon horde, going into fucking zombies and skeletons and stuff.
Yeah.
I think we managed to break him, but it was really close, and it was one of those ones where I could only get a unit and then a unit into support, and I was charging into like defended ethereal hosts, and I only needed half a break. I think he had 2 stands, and I needed half. And what I managed to do is summon a demon stand, so that then joined into the combat and counted of charging.
Yep. Yeah.
Oh, so whatever. It was enough.
It
was enough. Without the raise demon, summon demon-y thing, it wouldn't have been enough, but it was. So I think I managed to beat him 14-6.
14-6, yeah, because that put you above me. Yeah.
But I felt for him because his army was pretty lightweight, apart from the real punch that he never got to use.
So just to recap, he was playing Vampire Counts.
Yeah.
And he had how many Black Knights? Just
6.
6 of them. Yeah. Okay.
2 black coaches.
So, and that seemed 6, but it wasn't too oppressive. You would have said 6.
Oh, I wouldn't want to face any more.
Yeah, it's fair enough. Yeah, that's my question.
We could bring some more fucking dogs. Just no more of those black.
That's my
knights.
question. Yeah.
Because black knights. I mean, you can't even terrorise the fuckers.
No, they can't suffer from terror.
They don't worry about any fucking.
No, not worry about that.
They are proper bastards.
Yeah.
They can raise the dead behind you, so they don't even need to fucking bring birds or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and get more numbers in, and give them the enemy.
Get them in the flank. You can Van Helsing in the flank.
Yeah.
If you fail your order, fuck that. But when they get dinged up, that's the thing with vampire counts, and definitely Tomb Kings, is when they start getting dinged up, it's hard to order.
They can't regrow those stands. Yeah, they can grow new units, but they can't regrow them.
Only units are shit, but they can't regrow stands.
They can't summon demons.
They can't initiative away. So if you've got a single stand, you're fucking there.
They get pinged.
Who's going to order that?
Yeah,
a single fucking stand.
Yeah, they get caught. Killed.
And trying to initiative is a big thing in this game.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. It's more again, experience play brings it more. Yeah, you realise it really is. You think? I remember thinking it didn't matter much for initiative, but it really does.
No, so like game 1, it was all about initiative because what Darren's tactic was, he said, if I get them forward, I can't control them anyway.
No, can't control them.
So once they're at a certain point, it's all on initiative.
It's all on initiative. Yeah, it's like it just goes. I'm rolling dice.
Everything goes. I don't even need to order anything, and that's true. And this was the exact opposite because you have no initiative.
Yeah.
So if you're building a vampire list, you have to kind of lean heavier on command than you think you need to.
Yes, you do. Yeah, because
you're committing to them to fights.
You can have some ghouls, but they're just a few units of it, and they're the exception, aren't they?
Yeah, I mean, it does catch people out suddenly when something's got initiative.
Yeah.
Right, so I think I was 1 point ahead, so I was on table...
You were 1 point ahead, yep.
Yeah. But I must have been the lowest of the whatever points I had then. Yeah. I had 29 points. I guess you had 28
I had 28,
points.
Yep.
Attention! If you need to get your miniatures safely from point A to point B, then get yourself a KR multi-case. KR multi-cases come in all manner of different shapes and sizes and have gamer-friendly pricing. So do yourself a favour and get yourself a KR multi-case today. Soft foam, hard cases.
So we played game 3.
Yep. Me versus Barry.
And it was the scenario that was all about the relic.
Relics.
Capture the relic. Seize the relic.
Seize the relic.
So basically what there were, there's 6 tokens on the board.
Right. Yeah.
And the first token had a 6-up chance of being the relic. Next one had a 5-up, 4-up,
kind of
3-up.
depreciated down.
So the last one has to be the relic.
Has to be relic. Yeah.
And then the only other thing it did was you get 300 points at the end of the game if you have the relic. -1 to command if you're carrying the relic.
Makes sense.
And that's it.
You're
just playing a pitch
battle.
battle.
If you lost a combat with that unit with the relic, they would give it to the opponent.
Is that relevant?
It did happen. So anyway,
without spoiling the story,
I've got a picture of the table here, and
so we don't need to tell you the list because it's Paul's list.
Yeah, it's mine. And this isn't the first time we've played in a tournament, is it? But like, it's so we hadn't played this exact match.
I played Lizardman.
You played Lizardman. Yeah. So the table had, from my left to right, Barry had a big hill on his half of the table, 2 little bits of wood on my side. Then in the middle, dead center, there was a wood. Barry had a wood on close to his deployment zone. I had a wood close to my deployment zone, and there was another hill on the right hand side. And we put down the tokens, and I'd won the scouting roll.
Of course, you won the scouting, but the stuff with 12 scout that doesn't scout.
It does scout. It just did. Right. Okay.
It just scouted.
It just
from
scouted.
ambush.
From over
ambush.
there. Exactly. And with that, I thought, okay, cool. I'll probably capture. Yeah, I'll get to like 2 of these tokens. Hopefully, I find it before Barry does, and we'll adjust battle plan off that. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, what did happen on your first turn, Barry?
Oh, so I went to the first objective. Yep. It was the relic.
Hooray!
Hooray! And I got it with my unit of boy demon cavalry.
Demon cavalry. Yeah.
But I couldn't move them again.
Nope. You had to end on it.
So there was no point. There was tokens all over the board that I'd prepared myself to move out and join a game. Didn't need to get any of those. So I had a massive hill on the edge of my deployment that went to the halfway line.
This is one of GW's older plastic hills. Yeah, that's useful.
It went from the edge of my deployment all the way to the halfway line, roughly.
It's a big hill.
Mm-hmm. And I said, well, we'll go on that hill.
Yeah, you got to go on.
Then we just moved everything to the hill.
Everything to the hill, yep.
And that was the end.
Yeah. So I was like left, okay, so he's got it. He's secured a position. I'm not going to run out of turn in terms of turn. There's not an upper turn limit, and I do have rain. I do have artillery. So my plan was like, right, I'm going to have to get a lot of rounds of shooting out of this because I know that when demons are losing stands, they're less effective.
Yeah.
That somehow I've got to get to the unit with the relic. To be honest, I'd almost given it up.
But I am defended.
Yeah. No, I'd almost given
shooting is going to be less effective.
Yeah, I'd almost given the relic up straight away in terms of I'll never get to that unit.
You should have never got to that unit.
So I was like, and where Barry's hill was, it was all open ground around it. So there was no. I'm gonna have to bring up gutter runners on the table edges. Yeah, on the table edge, it's close to it.
That's nice.
That's the only place I can see using my gutter runners. Because I did get a gutter runner into a woods that was on Barry was leaving from, but Barry also then next turn left away from that. So, yeah, I pull up on my first turn and like set my stock, as you would say, because my army can't really do 2 orders in a turn. So I'm like, right, I'm going to pull range of these water lightning cannons and we'll start the grind fest. It's going to be a case of, can I do enough shooting into defended stuff that he stops summoning units from, and and is either of us is going to change our positions like as we go along. So over to you, Barry.
Okay, so my turn 2, I've taken a bit of damage. We make the instability rolls, get a bit of confusion. That's normal.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Because we're not allowing Paul to push us back. We're staying in our blocks. You just shoot me.
Being confused. Mm-hmm.
We're staying in our columns, and then we focus on regrowing stands. Because one thing demons are good at doing, if you're not hurting them massively, you're just taking a stand here and a stand there. They can grow that back. Because you've got 3 attacks. There was 3 attempts at a 4-up to grow a stand.
Yep.
So 75%. So it's like 87.5% chance. If I focus on one unit, I'm going to get a stand back.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And if I get it early, I can get stands back in multiple places.
Yep.
Not that his shooting was tended to be focused, because it's around the warp lightning cannons generally, because they're the ones doing the most.
Yeah, well, that's what I have. Yeah.
And the 30-centimetre Giselles are quite hard to focus.
Yep.
Because of the nature of them having to be in line, and they'll just all shoot.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So turn 1, turn 2, we just moved away from his stuff that came up and took our position on the hill, sent back the boar boys into the very centre of the hill, in the very middle of my army.
Circle the wagons around him, and
that was it. We didn't do it.
Yeah, no, exactly.
Because we don't have any shooting. All we're doing is regrowing and waiting for Paul to get into position.
So again, so my turn 2, I have another turn of position. I pop some gutter runners up on the table flanks, because they're within 20 centimetres of some demons, and I'm just trying. It's not a great position for them because they're only one order, a reaction away from you, but they're not going to be in the game otherwise. So that's what I'm forced to. And I'm thinking, I am literally going uphill here. This is going to be a difficult game to get a result out of. And
you're literally going uphill.
I'm literally going uphill. My Skaven are trying to attack demons uphill. But I get more stuff into range and I let fire with it, basically.
Okay.
Yeah. That's my turn 2.
So turn 3. And I think this might actually be the turn where the game changes.
Yeah.
So there's quite a lot of stuff in initiative range.
Yes.
Because he's had to move up. Mm-hmm. And the stuff that he's confused, obviously he's confused. Nothing disappeared. We might have got some additional confusion from our instability rolls. But nothing left the table. So I've got nothing really damaged. And I think this is the turn I chose to send everything on initiative.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Which was quite piecemeal.
Yeah.
I had a good initiative charge on my left flank, which I think was boar boys against gutter runners.
My left.
Your left.
Yes, that's right. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean those ball boys should outclass those gutter runners. There was no damage on the way in. I mean that is a win.
That is a win. Yeah.
On the front, there are 2. There's a brigade to the left with Giselles.
That's right. Yep.
And a brigade. Well, one thing I do have to say is, turn 2, I could see Paul was trying to engage my characters with his screaming bell.
Yeah.
Which is behind his front line.
Yeah.
So it's not out the front.
Yeah.
But so he's got lots of my characters within 30. So turn 2, I couldn't have done a lot, even if I wanted to.
Yeah.
Because the characters are there. There's the gut runners fucking around in the back.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So from that point onwards, I now flip my characters to behind the brigades.
Yeah, because
so instead of getting 20 centimetres at the front, I just put 20 centimetres behind. And appreciate that the second order's going to be harder, but I can still keep them within 20.
Yeah.
Because his screaming bell doesn't affect the units, it affects the characters.
Yeah.
So put the characters behind your lines.
So you've adjusted to my tactic, Mm-hmm.
Well, I've got to do something, otherwise that screaming bell's going to cause havoc.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Which I'm sure it did in other games.
It did in other games, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Because you think, my characters have got to be out in front of my troops, but it can't be.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Because anyway, so we didn't actually use the ordering that much, but until later in the turn.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So everything that could go in on initiative went in on initiative.
Yeah, you had a very good turn for orders. I remember, this
wasn't orders. This was just initiative.
Yeah, no, but after initiative, you'd activated everything.
Yeah, basically. What happens is, if you're going to go in against Skaven, you can't go in piecemeal.
Yeah,
exactly. The lines are too big.
Yeah.
You'll just get swallowed up by just static combat res. Yeah. If you're engaging 6 units and they've got 9, 10 support around them, you're just going to lose on support.
Yeah.
They're not that shit. And some of it was in semi-defended. So I engaged everything I could on initiative, and then I passed every single order. I ran out of stuff to order.
You did. You had one of those turns where you've got nothing left to order.
I didn't order a massive amount of stuff, but everything came off.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So from the left-hand side, we got Boar Boys against Gutter Runners. Yep. We've got his Giselle fucking army.
Yep.
Without the warp lightning cannons. Yep. In the middle against a whole fucking Tonosaurus.
Yep. Loads of demon infantry.
Tons of demon infantry. The right-hand flank, I engaged with some of my cavalry.
Yep.
and some Demon Horde.
Yep.
And that was his meaty stuff. He's like Rat Ogres.
That was my Rat Ogres and Storm Vermin. That was the brigade I was going to have to assault your hill on with. That was what I was. Well, it was
going to make combat ineffective.
That's what I was going to. That's what I was going to have to use to try and push forward. Yeah.
And on the right hand flank, the single unit of gutter runners that were on the edge.
Yeah.
I sent in my unit carrying the fucking relic.
You did, yeah.
Again,
Boar
boys, gutter runners. Gutter runners. Hello, say hello to boar boys. So I sent them in.
Yeah. And you got
with the -1, and I thought I'll make sure. So I send in a unit of birds,
demon flyers.
4 attacks per fucking stand, 5 of armor.
I think 2 stands got in, didn't they? Was that right? And they weren't because you think you filled up my frontage. Yeah,
couldn't fit. So and they're on the board edge. They literally cannot give a single point.
No, back one whisker.
And all engaged, so there's no chance of support.
Nope.
And I've got 5 of armor on everything. You've got 6 of armor.
I got 6 of armor.
I'm charging.
Yeah.
So we'll start with this one first. What happens?
I did my standard shoot.
Yeah.
And
pretty good.
I got 3 hits, didn't I?
Pretty good.
Yeah. And it did 3 wounds to you, didn't it?
It did.
Yeah, so you dropped a stand off the demon.
The demon cavalry.
And
then we do the attacks.
Paul
attacks. Kills another stand.
Yeah. So I dropped them down to 1 stand.
1 stand.
Yep.
And I don't think you do anything on the flyers.
No. Yeah.
But he's done 6 wounds.
Yeah.
And I don't get 6 wounds.
No, you don't. You hash it.
So what happens is my single stand of cavalry who were the banner with the relic fall back. The flyers fall back. The fucking relic drops.
Goes to
Paul
me.
picks up the relic and reforms away.
Yeah. And I'm like, originally I set up to like to charge again with my single stand that was left, and I was like, I don't need to. Yeah, I was
I charged you.
Yeah, you charged me.
Massively overmatched.
Yeah, totally overmatched. Like
lost.
Yeah.
Dropped the relic. He ran away with the relic.
Yeah.
And guess how far he ran?
20 centimeters.
13. On the reform.
Oh, the reform. Yeah.
The magic number. The magic 13.
Yeah, 13. Oh, right. Okay.
That's your number.
That was my number. It's my number. Yeah.
So and off he goes.
Yeah.
And we'll see if that comes into. So
that went well.
So left-hand side.
Yeah.
Boar boys against gut runners. Yep. No damage on the way in.
No damage.
I lose.
You lose again. Yep.
So what the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
How am I losing to gut runners? Anyway, so they lose.
Yeah.
Get pushed back. The next brigade, I've committed now maybe 6 units of Demon Horde against these fucking Chisels, and they take a little bit damage on the way in, but there's no way they should lose.
No.
5 attacks on the charge.
You should lose.
I fucking lose this one as well.
You lose that one as well, yeah.
I've committed my entire army.
Yeah.
3 charges in my favour, and I've lost all of them.
Yeah.
And then the 4th charge against his quality stuff, I do manage to win this.
That was the only one that you rolled average, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was the only one I rolled anything. Yeah,
you rolled average.
And that was the riskiest
that was the riskiest one.
And I managed to win that one.
Yeah.
And that was probably the only even one out of the 3.
Yeah, because that was all my best troops. Yeah, for combat.
2 Rat Ogres.
2 Rat Ogres and 4 Storm Vermin.
Rat Ogre bodyguard. And I managed to win that one.
Yeah. I'd withered one of your units. Yeah,
that was a good one.
Yeah.
Withered a unit of chariots.
Yeah, withered a unit of chariots just to take the worst of it. Yeah, so wow.
So then we
best
passed it to Paul.
Napoleon would always ask his marshals, "Is he lucky?"
Is he lucky? None of these were lucky, apart from the one that didn't matter. Yeah. So we passed it back to Paul.
Yeah. So
is this the last turn?
This was the last turn because sadly, this game seems.
I don't know how it was.
I don't know. This is the first time we've ever run out of time.
Yeah, but I think they did say there was quite a long time left, but we had too much stuff to play it out.
So because we're playing complete rounds.
Because we were nowhere near breaking.
No,
nowhere near breaking.
No. But so I was in possession somehow of this forlorn hope, which I'd set those gutter runners just simply to get them on the game, and Barry had come. So Barry has chosen to attack me with the unit with the relic, and somehow my standard gutter runners, had ended up with it, and I'm like. Okay, and I was like, I didn't expect that, and I was like, so I couldn't plan on that, so I just initiative evaded away, and I just ran them back to my lines as far as they could go, because they're even out of command range. So I'm like, okay, I now have possession of it, so I just need to get stuff in front of that. You stand with the relic, so we at least have to chew through that first, and I do most initiative charges on my left, which is my combat up brigade. What's remaining of it into Barry's
But some
stuff.
of it was confused, so I don't think you didn't commit a lot.
I did what I could, and I reformed battle lines as best I could because I had lost stands to Barry's failed attack. But and I tried to and I shored up a position basically. But the important thing is I had this relic, and I was like, and I shouldn't have that relic, and got it, and I got it. So we then after when that turn had finished, we looked at the time and we're like, we didn't have enough time to play a complete round. We could have played probably your turn, but I don't think we'd have enough time to play my turn.
Yeah, and that's how I went first.
And you went first.
So I mean, you have to find a way to find an end.
Yeah. So and we're like, well, we're gonna.
But there wasn't a lot of damage done. I think,
like
at this point,
I think you had like 6 units you would have had to roll for instability for, and that could have gone your way. It could have gone your way. But this was a game where we definitely needed to have played another turn to get a result.
So Paul had killed. I think Paul had killed 2 units of Demon Hordes, 150 points.
Yeah.
And I think I'd done ogres and a couple of storm vermin.
Yeah.
And I think that's about it.
Some dinged up stuff, but that was it. Yeah. You had taken stands off Giselle.
There must have been more than that because I think
I had some half units around.
Maybe. So I think I scored something like almost 300, 275.
Yeah, you had more score than me.
And Paul was like 150.
Yeah,
but he had the relic.
But I had the relic, which shunted me 300 points, which meant that and pushed me into the bracket of 11-9. So I won. And it's like, and I was like, well, that never, like, I was like, when was the last time I beat you, Barry?
But there was no way.
Like,
I don't know what you did.
I was like,
I don't know which chaos god you prayed to.
I was like, when was the last? Because I got this thing. I'm on our battle reports online. I'm always losing. I'm becoming like Jervis Johnson.
Wow.
And I'm like, I've won this game because. But it's a cheap victory because we needed to play more. We didn't get the time to, and things happen there. We've never run out of time, and we did run out of time with that one.
Yeah,
and it was,
and also like it was. You can't complain about dice, and there were some distinctly average dice.
Yeah.
But it was like
because what should have
they were so bloodless.
Yeah, what should have happened is so that there was 4 separate combats when you came into me. And you should have won them all. One was I'd say 50%. The other 3 were strongly in your favour.
Yeah, the 50% was the one I won.
And what happened was the one that was 50% you won, and you lost the other 3, which were not at I don't know the odds, but 80-20. 80-20.
Yeah, 80-20. After I'd made all the orders to put support in and stuff.
Yeah, because it's like you've given me the relic not because I've attacked it. I've made you give it to me. You've attacked me with it and messed up. I was like, well, thanks for that. You fumbled the ball straight to me.
I can't leave these gut runners behind my line.
I'd do the same if I were you. I'd be like, I'd have attacked it. Like that was odds so in your favour. And I thought, oh well, I'm probably on for another loss here because I won't get I won't get to that relic. And I mean. I guess if you'd failed all your instability rolls in your turn, or the 6 or so units, that wouldn't have been good for you. But you could have equally have not failed them, or like regrown stands even. And it's like, I hadn't affected your wizards. So there was all of that possibility. Still to go.
I mean, I think one thing people do underestimate is how gut runners are not garbage tier.
Wow.
So they got 4 attacks when you charge them, and they do have 5, 6 of armor. They do have 6 of armor. So because you got your stand and shoot, and then you've got you got 4 attacks, and if you can get them somewhere defended, they're not that easy to dig out.
No, I mean sorry, go on.
No, that's fine. So I think that's the thing about ambushing. It's like one unit can do a lot of work.
Yeah.
Because you use 2 orders to turn around, and then you've got to go in against defended.
Like so against Barry, I was breaking a rule I'd set myself of I need to put my gutter runners where it takes Barry where my opponent 2 orders to do something about them. And I couldn't follow that rule against you because the scenery wasn't favourable and the scenario wasn't favourable.
And I wasn't giving you like easy get behind.
Yeah. So
keeping my stuff kind of like turn.
There you go. I'm breaking a plan I've set. But I Barry, I think it wasn't me lucky, it was you unlucky.
Oh,
yeah.
There's two sides of the same coin.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're going to have to call this a day because we've got done an hour and 5.
Oh, well, we should do the top.
We'll do the... Well, you want to do the top?
We should do the top.
I'll just do a quick word. We went out for a curry.
Yeah.
I've never seen anywhere so posh in a northern town. They had a piano and stuff.
Yeah. It was awesome.
And then we went to some Brunswick Arms.
Yeah, it was good bar.
It was absolutely fantastic bar. And we had a really quality evening.
Yeah, it was awesome.
You fell asleep, sir, again. So you, sir, fell asleep,
me, sir? You, sir. That's my style, sir.
That's my style. I got into his bedroom, but I'm not undressing him and putting him in bed.
Yeah.
I draw the line there.
I know. It's like, how rude is that? Overall results then. Vince Lodi won with the Bretonnian army.
What was his break, sir?
Oh, 7?
13 units of knights, including 2 peg knights. 13 units of knights.
So using this 20-0 system, he'd gone 20, 15, 15.
Wow.
And so there you go. Vince, lots of knights. Vince
does love his knights.
Bretonnians are the army that should do that. But yeah,
I did call him Cromwell, but he preferred to be Ney.
No, to be Ney. Right, fair enough then. Then John Braesbury took Chaos, and he had a 17, 15, 12, so he won all 3 of his games.
His was a spicy Chaos. I mean, I
didn't get a chance to look at it.
It's the heavy, like 2 dragons.
John's really good at the game. He's clearly really good. Graham Maynard, so Vince's normal dancing partner, took Beastman. He came 3rd.
Leaning heavily in ambush.
He got 13, 14, 15, so he had all 3 wins. He had 3 out of 3.
Loving the ambush rules, he says.
Then Alex Janaway took Dwarves. The final was Vince versus Alex. So he Dwarves, and he got 18, 19, 5, so 2 wins and a loss.
Yeah.
And then Adam Palmer also took Dwarves, and he got 16, 15, 8, so 2 wins and a loss. And then me.
No, sir.
So 1, 2, 3. I came 6th with Skaven, and 15, 13, 11.
Yeah.
So I had 3 wins on this system. So I wasn't 3 wins. I wasn't above the people who had 2 wins. I was below some who had 2 wins because my scale of victory was less.
Yes. And who was 7th, sir?
Was
lucky number 7.
Demons.
Florian Wirtz.
15, 14, 9. So
15, 49. That 9 let me down, didn't it?
And then there is a 26-player event.
Was it only 26 players? It felt bigger than that.
26.
I mean, if it is. But it did feel like...
Yeah, no, 28 players started.
Okay, but I mean, that's still similar. But if it was a nice size event, it felt bigger than that.
Yeah, it was. Went undefeated. I did better than Barry, and it's a perfect song for this.
Right, that's enough. So we don't have to edit that out.
So anyway,
the place was really good.
I went undefeated, and that means I can't remember how I did in the very first one, but I'm now.
You won the last one. I
won the last winter one. That was a full year ago.
Right.
I've at least got 6 wins, 6 on streak in there at least from the event before. Good for me. Lucky me, really, lucky me.
Thanks for the boys who ran it, because it was a top quality event.
Yeah. It's like, I mean, always when I walk away from these things, I'm like, I just love War Master. Because playing it, that was a great event. The games were really good. And
the crowd's really good.
There's
no silliness.
We went to social afterwards.
There's always a social.
So I've been playing a few other things recently. Like I played recently in a War Machine event, and War Master's just so much better.
There's no social there, sir.
There was no social, and it was just like
no social.
Yeah, and I was just like, this is what I want out of an experience.
Work, sir.
Yeah,
work. It's like going to work for the day.
Yeah. It's what I want out of an experience, and it's like, and just comparing it to other game systems, I was just like, I think War Master isn't the most complicated, but it's good that it isn't, because then you can remember how to play the game. But we should also just quickly run down the event.
No, that's another episode.
That's another episode. Okay,
There's a lot to that one.
There's a lot to
it. But what we can say is, if this goes out before the weekend, you can go down to Portsmouth and see Vince.
Yes. Yeah. So there's an event.
It is Portsmouth, isn't it?
Fort Purbrook in Portsmouth is running an event on the 7th of February. 3 games.
3 games. And you can go to Bovington, which was what I was planning on doing. But
exactly.
We couldn't go because we went to Derby. You might still know.
I don't know.
Yeah, if you don't know at this point, you know.
Yeah, it's like, it's been an interesting week. Yeah.
Right, well, good stuff. This was episode 212 with Paul and Barry. If you want to get in touch, warmasterdogpodcast@googlemail.com.
Yep.
Get Paul on the
anywhere
Facebook
you like
page, or you can send some comments on YouTube or whatever. Try and be positive.
Yeah.
If you don't like the music, I mean, music's a very personal thing. There's not much for Paul's music I like.
Right, okay.
I got criticism about the music.
Oh, I don't mind.
Please apply to Paul for a refund.
Yeah.
Full refunds are provided.
Full refunds, yeah.
And we'll see you next time.
See you later.
2 of you together, that's fine. But what if one of you is the monster?
Monster? They're British.
2 of you together, that's fine. But what if one of you is the monster?
Monster? They're British.